Hi all, Plantside Agent here. Today we're going to take a look at a alcohol stove I built using a 1 ounce round tin and Chicago bolts. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, let's get started. Kind of a history on this. I did build a alcohol burner out of a 2 ounce round tin. I haven't done a video on it, where I coiled some carbon felt inside of it. It works just fine. In fact, it fits very well in the larger solid fuel stove because it'll fold down in there and stay. But I might do a video on this setup later. But anyway, that was the start. I started with making alcohol burners out of these 1 ounce tins, and I do have a video on making these and some different burn tests, and I'll go ahead and put those links in the description, along with a link to my playlist with all my stoves and burners, which I have quite a few. So one of my original little stoves I built with using an Altoid tin and the 1 ounce and the Chicago bolts for the pot stands was here. Well, I got a comment on one of my videos, might have been this one. The commenter said that the idea would be to fill this whole thing up, of course, after you sealed the hinges here, of course. Fill this all up with the carbon felt, and then punch holes in the carbon felt so that you could get the posts, these Chicago bolt posts, through the carbon felt, and then you could use that as a burner, and especially a large burner, for like a larger pot, like the large mess tins, instead of using this guy. So got to thinking about it. I go, well, that's an idea. So maybe I'll do that with a round tin, which I did. So what I have here, I took the round tin, and see, the nice thing about it, there's enough room, and the carbon felt compresses enough that I can keep the post, the pot stand post, in it. And then if you look here, you can see that, and you can see through the light, I punched holes. I just used a regular paper hole punch to punch the holes in the carbon felt after I lined them up, of course, with the nuts that are in there. I'll just show you real quick. So I'm not going to take the felt out, but what you do is, it's the same basic design as the one I used with the Altoid, where I've got a nut in there with the nut end of the Chicago bolt, and then they just fit in through the bottom. Drill a little hole in the tin. So I decided to use the same technique to build it into the round, and then just punch the holes with the carbon felt. I did a puck for the carbon felt instead of scrolling it. Actually, performance-wise, I found, and I did that test with these 1-ouncers, that a coil without the screen is the most efficient, and then the puck style without the screen, and then lastly the screen are the least. And I did a whole burn test series on those if you want to look at them, but I'm not going to put the screen on here because it'd be kind of a nuisance to punch the holes in it. Well, not really, but the other thing is, I think it just fill it up a little too much, so you couldn't get these on, and I'm not too worried about these falling out. And like I said, the screen doesn't help performance at all. So you've got the little holes in there, so when you want to set it up, all you need to do is get your Chicago bolts, and they'll just slide right into the holes. Screw them on. Then get this one screwed on. Can be a little fiddly at times. Anyway, these all fit in here. Just screw them down. These are aluminum, so when you're doing this, make sure you don't cross-thread it, or you'll have to replace the nut end of it, or both of them actually, because this is soft aluminum, so they're all soft. Anyway, so you just screw these down. There we go. Now I got it. So what else I did with the so when you get all the pillars down there, then you can grab your pot. There you go. So I am going to do a boil test on this to see how it works. I haven't performed a burn on this yet because I just built this a few days ago, and I thought I'd just wait before I burned with it. Also, I wanted to get a weight on it, and this whole setup weighs 1.3 ounces, or that's 37 grams, so nice and light. But back to the build. Say I drilled holes in there, and if you notice, if you're going to build one of these, if you notice, there's a bit of a lip here on these tins, so you want to make sure you get your bolt over so that it's not, when you drill your hole, the head here doesn't ride up on the lip there, or it won't work. And what I did, if you're thinking, well, how do you keep that thing from leaking? Well, before I tighten these down, I put a little dab of silicone sealer around each of the bolts, and then I screwed it on, let it set up, and then I actually did a leak test. I filled it with alcohol above the height of the bolts and let it set for a while, and I didn't get any leakage out of it. So for now it's sealed. I guess if it ever does leak, it's not that hard. Just pull the felt out, unscrew the nuts, and reseal it, and you'd be good to go. Unless it happens in the field, and I think the carbon felt will, even if it leaked a little bit, the carbon felt would hold most of the alcohol. If you get a little bit of leakage, just make sure you're going to use it someplace where you're not going to set the world on fire because it'll spread out. And again, with alcohol, be careful because you oftentimes can't see the flame, so you don't know what's happening. Let's see what else I was going to say about this before we did the boil test. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and set all this up for a boil test, and we'll see how this guy performs. All right, ready for the boil test. I've got probably a little over an ounce of alcohol, and I do use the yellow heat for all my alcohol stoves and burners. And so I fill this up with probably a little over an ounce of alcohol. I've got 16 ounces of 55-degree water, and we're going to run it to 210 will be our boil temperature that we're looking for. And I mentioned before, you can go to 212, which is the official boiling point of water, but 210 is satisfactory for any sort of field use. So, and also it's just a little bit quicker to get to it. Let's see, light this off and see how it goes. It's being 2 inches across, it's going to be quite a flame. Considering the little 1 ounce tins, they burn very efficiently. They work very well. So this looks like it's going pretty good. Let's go ahead and set this guy on. Hit the timer. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights off and then bring you around so you can see what the flame pattern looks like. There you go, your flame pattern. It's whipping up the bottom and around the sides, so it should boil the water fairly quickly, I would think, but we'll find out. Okay, we're getting there. 207 in 5 minutes and 50 seconds, which is very, very quick boil time. Very, very hot little burner. Oop, there we go. 5:56. Under 6 minutes. So go ahead and shut all this down. I'm not going to let this run out because it's going to probably burn about the same as of any other alcohol burner. So we'll go ahead and blow it out. Oops. Yeah, it takes a pretty good breath to blow it out. Probably the downside of this is that there's no... Let me grab some gloves here. Pull this off the stand. Probably the only downside is that you really can't use a snuffer unless, maybe you had a tin can or something. You could always just throw over the top to snuff it out, but then that's extra weight and bulk. But yeah, a good stout breath will blow it out, as you can see. A couple of attempts. So I'm going to finish, well, I guess I am kind of done cleaning this up. So that's a very respectable time. That's right up in the under 6 minutes. That's in the neighborhood of this Fancy Feast, which is really a great lightweight performer, all around excellent stove. So it's in the same category. Um, just kind of summarize all this up. The nice thing about this particular stove is you can see size-wise, it's about the same size as a Fancy Feast, but it, unlike the Fancy Feast, this thing compacts down much smaller because, you know, when you're sealed off, it's only this size comparison-wise, so you're not taking up much room in your pot. Although you can play around with it. If you stick this in a a pot, then you can, you know, maybe stick your alcohol container on the inside of it. So all kinds of different options depending on what you want to do and where you want to do it. So nice thing about the round one, as opposed, very similar design as the Altoid tin stove, is how it will fit. I mean, these are pretty just about the same size, but being round like this, let me move this back here so keep you in frame. Being round gives you a little bit better option. Say if you're trying to build a really small brew kit, like this out of this little cup, this obviously will fit down in there very nicely, and then you have room for a fuel bottle and tea bag and all sorts of other things. So you can make a nice compact little brew kit with this one. And again, you got the pot stand, which is always a problem with, you know, any burner, alcohol burner. You usually got to get some kind of a pot stand. Like if you want to use this arrangement, you can use some hardware cloth to make your pot stand, or like I said with this one, use the pillar and post. So just different options. I just if you're familiar with my videos, you kind of realize I like playing around with this stuff, and I get ideas oftentimes from viewers, and I'll go ahead and play around with them to see how they go. I say a lot of this stuff I do is just for my own amusement, and I just bring you guys along for the ride. So let's see. Like I said, it's looks like it's going to make an excellent little burner, compact, and I'll probably incorporate it into this cook kit, or I might replace it with some of the other alcohol stoves I have, since it's a little more compact and very light. So I can't think of anything else to say about this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.